There we go. Hello, hello. Test, test. One, two, three. Hello, hello. Okay, I'm going to pause the recording button here. Um, so, having this kind of interaction, even if it's just acknowledging your names and saying your names, and even if I'm butchering your pronunciation of your names, we are having at least a little bit of human interaction when we are restricted to almost no human interaction. That's why I insist upon doing these courses, these class meetings, um, as synchronous class meetings so that we can actually try to interact as much as we possibly can. Um, Having said that, we're 5 weeks into the quarter now. And so I really want you guys to unmute your mics and just blurt out, what you need to say when you need to say it. You can get my attention. I'm very attentive. And I'd love to hear other human voices because I've been listening to my own voice almost exclusively for 5 weeks now, and I'm getting sick of my own voice. So I want to welcome you guys to the classroom. So I just sent out an email to everybody, and it's apologizing profusely for the fact that I've been posting all of these Zoom recordings on YouTube and PowerPoint presentations and everything else on brand new tabs that I am building into the e-learning software. And I had no idea that it wasn't visible from the student viewpoint, that I had to go in and somehow make them visible. I finally got that message from one of my students yesterday. So horrified, I figured out how to go in and turn on the switch to make these things visible that I've been posting for 5 weeks now. So now the Zoom um, class recordings on YouTube are visible, and you can click on that tab, and then there's a whole bunch of links there for all of the class recordings that we've had up to this point. So my demonstrations, my PowerPoints, all of the stuff that I had wanted you guys to see all this time is now visible for you to be able to see. I apologize for the bumps in the road that I'm having trying to learn and master e-learning software from my side, but hopefully it's better. Today is another, hopefully not bump in the road. I put together the quiz in the test builder software in e-learning, and it's supposed to go live at 9 o'clock. So hopefully 7 minutes ago it went live, and it should be available to use until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Um, and I even tried to make it visible or live for um, my one student who is taking the class from France so that he could take the take the quiz yesterday afternoon his time, which would have been way early, dark 30 in the morning today. So dark 30. So anyway, the quiz is available. And as soon as I stop blathering on about stuff, we will talk about it today. There's a limited number of people here today. There's 7 people in the class today out of about 10 on the list. So while I'm sad, it's a thing. I haven't drawn any more on my drawing since last time. So I still have this cylinder and then another cylinder, fancy cylinder that we call a coffee mug, and and this box over here that I still need to populate with cross contour lines to finish my drawing. And this is the kind of thing that I'm wanting you guys to do too, is to make your drawing based on your still life and then populate it with cross contour lines. Today, for 10 minutes before we were going to do the quiz, I just wanted to open things up in case any of you had a picture of your drawing that you could show, or if you just wanted to hold it up in front of your webcam, that would be fine too. If you were having any trouble, if you wanted any advice, if you wanted to just risk the horror and the ridicule of showing your drawing, finished or not, in front of everybody else, so we can kind of see what everybody else is doing in terms of still lifes, and then in terms of your drawing the still life. And I, again, want to say that this is not a drawing class, and this is not a still life drawing class. This is a design class. So however well you are able to draw the still life will probably be fine. as long as it's mostly on the compositional space and your shapes are mostly, somewhat recognizable as three-dimensional shapes. And then mostly the biggest part of this whole thing is making an interesting composition with your cross contour lines on the surfaces of these objects in the composition. So if you don't know how to draw, if you're having trouble with this, if your boxes don't quite look like three-dimensional objects or something like that, don't worry, because you're also employing abstraction. You're making your boxes or your cylinders of something just a little bit on the abstract side, which is either simplifying or slightly rearranging elements in a composition. That sounds like a definition for abstraction to me. That's one you can hang your hat on. So is there anybody here who would like to share the screen or just have me pin the video to you so that you can hold up and talk about your drawing just like this with your webcam? Either way, I'm happy to do it. Please go ahead and unmute your mic or raise your hand, the little blue hand, raise the little blue hand in the participants box so that I can see you, because I can't see everybody's faces right now. I don't have that thing on, and most of you don't have your webcams on. So I can't see you anyway. And hey, Ethan's there. Look at that.
Hi.
Ethan, tell me, did you want to share something today with us and talk about your drawing?
I would, just a second.
Well, that's fantastic. I'm going to try to find you in here and then try to pin the video to you, if possible.
It says host disabled participant.
That's me. I'm sorry, I did that again. Okay, here we go. Multiple participants is turned on, so now you can do it. And
maybe that real quick.
I'm gonna unpin me, remove pin from me, so that now who's it all about? It's gonna be all about you. Oh my gosh, you did it. All right. So you found 3 boxes. Fantastic. That's good. Do you want to tell us a little bit about this, either about your struggles or about your total enjoyment of this project or anything like that?
Yeah. I had a lot of fun making the boxes and stuff, like drawing them. It was cool to close one eye and then figure out what angle it was on a 2D plane, I thought that was interesting. And I don't really like what I did with the very top box with those lines, but I just wanted to try something different. And it was also kind of hard to get the proportions right on the, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but on the top mug and the top bowl, it's pretty hard. It was pretty hard to get the right proportions on those. But other than that, I had a lot of fun doing this.
Okay, we can see your cursor and I see what you're talking about. And sometimes it's hard either to get the proportions of the other objects like the bowls or the coffee mugs in proportion with the boxes. And also I see a tick mark up there at the top of the screen and I see tick marks on the side. So I see that you were employing the idea of trying to manage your space from the get-go by trying to put tick marks up there to try to help you contain the drawing so that it didn't exceed the size of your compositional space.
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate that. And tell me, do you do a lot of drawing, or is this one of your first attempts at drawing?
I don't do a lot of drawing. I draw every now and then, but it's not anything spectacular.
Well, this is great. And I do appreciate you. I thank you for sharing this with us. If there's anything you could do over the weekend to improve this, it just might be showing us even a little bit more variety in terms of the lines and the line spacing. If you can make some of those lines really thick and just big beefy ribbons of black, and then even maybe alternate those with thin lines, that will provide even more variety. Right now there's a lot of factors of harmony in the composition because a lot of the lines are similarly spaced apart. I do appreciate that they're going in different directions, and that certainly does help. And maybe one way to mitigate the smallness, the small proportions of the bowls and the cylinders would be to put big, fat, thick lines on them so that they would pop more. And that way they could hold their own visually against those large, much larger objects. That would be another way to get the bowls and the coffee mugs to um, uh, have a presence in the composition, a stronger presence visually. So thank you very much. You did a great job. And if you want to end your screen share, that'd be fantastic. Sarah came in the classroom now, and so I just want to update us on a couple of things. I wanted to meet briefly here and just talk and answer anybody's questions that they might be having. Let's see, James is here. So why don't I go ahead and figure out how to make James pinned again. Okay, so let's see. I still haven't quite figured this out, but we'll get it. So the idea is that we are asking any questions or sharing even unfinished drawings of your still lifes that you're trying to execute at home if you want to, so that you can get a little bit of feedback or some helpful hints about this stuff. Also, I just want to repeat for everybody that to my horror, I found out that you were not able to see all of the stuff that I've been posting about Zoom recordings and PowerPoints and all of the stuff that I've been doing electronically up to this point. So I finally figured out how to make my tabs that I've been filling up full of content visible to the students. And that was a horrible thing to discover, that I was doing that. And I was expecting you guys to be able to see all these presentations and PowerPoints so that you could review them for the quiz and that they would help you in your learning and everything else. And they only became visible this morning when I finally figured out how to make them visible for you. So now when you open up e-learning, Zoom recordings is one of the tabs that you can click on, and they're all visible for you to see now. And I'm so sorry for that. The quiz is now open and visible for us. It opened at 9 o'clock this morning. I spent half of the day yesterday trying to work with the test builder in e-learning to make sure that this stupid little quiz could actually work and operate, and had some time to do it. I hope you guys can do it. I'd like you to only take an hour on it if possible. I think that it will time you and it will close it out after an hour. This is a 15-minute quiz, so an hour should be plenty of time for anybody to do this. Please don't use a book or notes. Just take it and forget it. And it should be just fine. If we run into problems, if it's not visible to you guys, if for some reason it's not functioning for you guys, please email me and let me know, because I will fix it, and then I will open it up next week, on Monday or something, and we'll still get it done. But I really need to run us through this test taking feature of e-learning just to see if I've got it right, and to see if you guys can actually take it and make it usable. I've got one student in France who needed to take it early, so I've opened it up for him, and I haven't found out whether he could see it or not, or use it. And I've got another guy who wanted to take it early this morning, and so I may have to, if he's not available throughout the day today, I may have to open it up for him later on so he can take it. So I have to manage this stuff electronically, and this is the stuff that drives me crazy because I'm not very good at it. I'm a fabulous sculptor. I'm a great designer. As an electronic administrator, not so much. So that's my challenge for today. I see that it's about 19 minutes after 9 o'clock, and I don't see a whole lot of other mics being unmuted, as if very eager people were eager to just share their drawings with me. So here's the deal. Now my demonstrations about how to do a still life drawing and cross contour lines, they are now available as Zoom recordings on YouTube, and you'll be able to follow the links and find them today. So you can use them over the weekend. And we'll talk about this stuff on Monday. I would really like to now try to critique our drawings on Monday. And I'd also, like to see whether you guys were able to take the quizzes successfully on Monday. And so Monday is going to be an interesting day, because I will fix things that are broken, and try to mitigate things that aren't working for us on Monday. But my best guess, my strongest hope is that we can critique our drawings on Monday. So try to get them finished over the weekend and do a photograph of them that's an open document on your desktop for Monday, so that you have a document that you can screen share with us and that we can do that with. And so I think I'm going to shut up now because the quiz is open and I'd like you to take part of class time to actually do the quiz. So I'm going to quit the class for today. I'm going to stop the recording. I'd like to invite you to go into e-learning and go to coursework, because the quiz is just another piece of coursework and it's there as a test. And so you'll be able to open up the software in e-learning and take this 20-question multiple choice quiz in e-learning. It's on chapters 1 through 3. It's a closed book, note quiz, and please just do the best you can with it, and we'll see how it works over the weekend and by Monday. I still don't see any hands up or any mics that are unmuted, so I'm just assuming, I'm working in the blind here, but I'm assuming that you guys are all good to go and ready to go. So I'm going to shut up. And I'm going to end this thing for today and say thank you for coming. Good luck on the quiz. Good luck on your drawing, and we'll see you on Monday. Good luck on the quiz, and goodbye for now.